Good day, everyone. This is Crystal Catherine Aiporungaw, Cloud Infrastructure Head of the AWS Cloud Club, Mapua University. You are watching CloudWatch and CloudTrail 101, Logging and Monitoring with AWS, the fourth study session of our Tech Unlock series under cloud infrastructure, and today we're going to cover the matter of what they do and how they differ. Later on, I'll also be showing you how to use them in a hands-on demonstration. Let's get started with CloudWatch. What is CloudWatch? Amazon CloudWatch monitors your AWS resources and the applications you run on AWS, and it does it in real time. Think of it as your eyes and ears inside your AWS environment. It's not just about seeing what's happening, it's also about understanding it. In its very core, CloudWatch offers a powerful set of features to collect, monitor, and analyze the health of your applications. This means you can track performance metrics, set alarms for critical events, and even gain insights into how your applications are behaving. Basically, CloudWatch helps you keep a close eye on everything, ensuring that your applications run smoothly and efficiently. We'll get into the specifics of these features in the next slide. When it comes to collection, a key function of any application is gathering application logs. These logs help identify when errors occur, which often signals potential issues in the system. Even when no issues arise, logs are useful for analyzing the application's control flow. They serve as a resource for understanding both current operations and past activities. CloudWatch provides tools to process and store large amounts of application logs. And aside from application logs, it also collects AWS service logs, which include details about maintenance, errors, upgrades, and other important events related to AWS services. Overall, log collection is a major aspect of CloudWatch. Now let's talk about monitoring. One of the key features CloudWatch provides is the ability to create metric graphs. These graphs can track various metrics such as CPU and memory usage. For some applications, these metrics are particularly important. For example, an EC2 instance running a REST API or a backend service. CloudWatch enables you to generate these graphs and connect them to specific metrics, allowing you to monitor changes over time. Many AWS services automatically generate their own default metrics, but you also have the option to define custom ones. CloudWatch allows you to collect and visualize these metrics, analyze trends, and even combine multiple metrics for deeper insights. After monitoring metrics, another useful feature is setting up alarms. Alarms notify you when something unusual occurs in your application over a prolonged period. For example, if CPU usage exceeds 90% for more than 15 minutes, it could indicate a problem. In such cases, you can configure an alarm to trigger a notification via email, text message, or even an alert system, ensuring you are aware of potential issues. So, another important aspect of monitoring is tracing. Traces help you analyze specific requests by providing details on resource usage, such as CPU, memory, disk space, and network activity. By examining these traces, you can gain a deeper understanding of system performance and identify potential areas for optimization. Finally, in the analysis category, CloudWatch Log Insights provides a way to run SQL-style queries on log data. This feature enables you to analyze logs efficiently and gain valuable insights from a data analytics perspective. So, these three collection, monitoring, and analysis are the three core features of the Amazon CloudWatch. All right, so we've covered CloudWatch, which is all about monitoring performance and health. Now, let's switch gears and talk about AWS CloudTrail. CloudTrail is your audit, governance, and compliance tool for your AWS account. Think of it as a detailed activity log for everything that happens within your AWS environment. Basically, CloudTrail records API calls made on your account. Every time someone or something interacts with your AWS resources, whether it's creating an EC2 instance, modifying an S3 bucket, or changing IAM permissions, CloudTrail captures that action. It analyzes who performed what actions and when on your resources. This gives you a clear audit trail, allowing you to track down issues, investigate security incidents, and ensure you're meeting regulatory requirements. Now, here's a key point. Actions taken by a user, role, or even an AWS service itself are recorded as events in CloudTrail. And these events fall into three main categories: management events, data events, and insights events. So CloudTrail helps you answer questions like who launched this EC2 instance, or when was the security group modified, or even what S3 objects were accessed. This level of visibility is crucial for maintaining control and security over your AWS environment. We'll explore the differences between CloudWatch and CloudTrail in the next slide. So before we move on to the hands-on demonstration of CloudWatch and CloudTrail, let's just do a quick recap on these two services. CloudWatch is a monitoring service for AWS applications. It's used primarily for log or metric analysis and also for the creation of alarms. Meanwhile, CloudTrail is very different. It's a monitoring service for users and resources. It's useful for auditing or compliance purposes, and trails allow you to capture activity and deliver it rapidly to cold storage. So I guess that's it for the lecture, and let's move on to the demonstration. Okay, our demonstration for today would only be very short and sweet. Kasi ang kailangan lang nating itakal ngayon ay ang foundational knowledge for you to start your journey in using AWS CloudTrail and Amazon CloudWatch. Okay, I know that I have discussed CloudWatch first, pero magiging mas practical tayo for this demonstration kung uunahin natin mag-create ng trail under AWS CloudTrail. Kasi mas mapapakita natin ang difference nilang dalawa at kung para saan sila ginagamit. Okay? So to create your trail, just sign in or log in to your AWS console and then navigate to AWS CloudTrail via the search bar, or kung recently visited mo siya, just click on that. And we have two options in creating a trail. So the first one, dito sa landing page ng AWS CloudTrail, you can choose create a trail. When you click on that, mananavigate tayo sa Quick Trail Create. So dito, kailangan lang natin ilagay is yung display name. And then we can create a trail immediately. Pero for this one, hindi mo na kailangan mag-configure ng any settings or ng preference mo. But the second option, kung pupunta tayo sa trails and we choose to click this button, create trail, makikita natin yung iba't ibang settings and configurations na pwede nating piliin or gamitin according to our own preferences and needs sa ginagawa natin. So, since nandito na tayo, uh, let's enter the trail name first. So, gamitin lang natin yung default, management events, pero ilagay nyo lang yung siguro nickname nyo. First name, surname na lang. First name, surname. Dito sa dulo para makita rin natin na sa inyo yun. And we can use this once na-deploy na yung forms for the proof of submissions. Para mapakita rin na kayo yung gumawa niyan. So now, after this, let's move on to the uh, choosing our storage location. So we can either choose to create a new S3 bucket or use an existing S3 bucket for the storage of our logs na magagawa under the trail that we made sa AWS Cloud Trail. So, pwede tayo mag-create ng new S3 bucket or we can choose to use an existing one. For now, since I have no existing S3 bucket, create new na lang tayo. And by default, may nakalagay na dyan. And just leave it at that. Actually, ito lang yung pinaka-kailangan natin. Pwede na nga tayo mag-quick trail create kanina eh. Pero since nandito na tayo, ayun nga, tinuloy ko na lang to. Just for this demonstration, just disable the encryption and the log file validation. Di na natin kailangan yan kasi basics lang muna tayo. Ang gusto lang natin makita is kung ano yung ginagawa ni CloudTrail and paano siya simulan. Okay. So, di na natin kailangan muna yan. And just leave it at that. So, ito yung step one. We are choosing our trail attributes. Let's move on to step two. So, sa step two, we have to choose our log events. Kanina, diniscuss ko, we have three types of events that we can log under CloudTrail. We have management events, we have data events, and we have insight events. But recently, nadagdag itong network activity events. So, basically, under nito, ini-enhance lang yung visibility ng API calls natin or API activities within our VPC. Okay. So, ayun lang yun. Dito, pwede tayo mag-configure ng iba't ibang, pwede nating ilog na API activity. Okay? So, under management events, we have these following options. Under data events, we have these and the insights and the network activity events. Okay? So, you can actually choose multiple options when choosing your log events. But for this demonstration, management events lang muna tayo. Excuse me. And once you have chosen that, just leave the following at that, at default, and click on the next button. And we're done. That's it. Ganun lang gumawa ng trail. Okay? So, create trail. Ayan. So, once that we have created our trail, iwan muna natin yan dyan, okay? Kasi later pa natin makikita yung output niya. Once na nakakilos na tayo sa CloudWatch, once na may nagawa na tayong activities natin. And yun yung magkikreate ng logs na masustore natin dito sa trail natin. So, before we move on to CloudWatch, navigate muna tayo sa EC2 instance. Bago tayo mag-monitor ng data natin, of course, kailangan natin ng mag-generate ng data. And to do that, mag-create tayo ng instance. I already have one running. I think 2 hours na to or 1 hour. I don't know. Pero yan, to do this, pinaka-basic na instance lang talaga yung ginawa ko. Hindi na ako nag-isip pa. Gusto ko lang talaga magpatakbo ng instance para may ma-generate tayo na data and metrics sa CloudWatch natin. So, to do that, navigate to EC2 and under instances, choose instances, and then click the launch instances button. So, dito, pili ka lang ng instance name mo and choose the OS of your virtual machine. Yung sa akin, ginamit ko Windows lang. Okay? And this is free tier eligible. So, that's better. That's best actually. Ito na lang din piliin nyo. Para hindi na tayo mag-incur ng additional costs and charges. So, once we have chosen that, punta lang kayo dito sa key pair and proceed without a key pair. Basically, that's it. Once you have done that, launch instance and meron na kayong EC2 instance. At yun lang naman yung ginawa ko dito. So, kanina pa to nag-run, kanina pa to nag-generate ng data and metrics. Let's move on to CloudWatch. Before I show you the how to navigate dito sa CloudWatch, I have some simple concepts lang kailangan na natin i-take note. Okay. So, once na nasa CloudWatch kayo, and you have clicked metrics, expanded this, and you have chosen all metrics, makikita nyo agad yung namespaces na nandito. So, namespaces, literally, container lang siya ng mga metrics natin. And they can be customized. Ano naman yung metrics? So, in a way, they are the variables na nagsiserve as our data points. Okay? And they are region specific. So, possible na may metrics tayo dito sa Singapore na region, pero pagdating sa iba, hindi natin makikita yan. Okay. Kasi, ang ginamit natin to deploy our EC2 instance is only AP Southeast 1, Singapore. So, syempre, yung metrics niya, dito rin lalabas. Okay? Sa region na to. Once, if first time mo buksan to CloudWatch, itong EC2, itong RDS, and possibly EBS, wala yan dito. Ang nandito lang is usage and logs. Actually, itong events recent na lang to since nag-create ka ng events. And ayan. So, sa unang tingin mo, usage and logs pa lang nandyan. Or baka nga wala pa kung talagang first time mo mag-login sa AWS console. Hindi ko na check agad. Pero anyways, ayan. Since nag-create ako ng EC2 instance, lumabas na yung namespace na dito. And, ayan. So now that I have discussed metrics, we actually have two types of monitoring. So the first one is the basic monitoring. Dito, supported siya by most AWS services. And automatically, it is activated. It is of free charge and ang pinakamahalagang characteristic ni basic monitoring is that it has 5-minute intervals pagdating sa data points niya, pagdating sa metrics niya. Meanwhile, we have the second type of monitoring, which is the detailed monitoring. So it is only supported by some AWS services and it is activated manually instead of automatically. It can also incur additional costs depende sa pricing niya. You can search that, the documentation of that dito rin sa AWS console and ayun. Ang pinaka key difference ni basic monitoring and detailed monitoring is their interval. Kung sa basic, merong 5-minute intervals. Sa detailed, we have 1-minute intervals. So, since it is detailed, mas maliit yung interval nung pag-publish ng metrics natin. So, mas marami tayong information na makukuha dito, okay? So, ayun. Basically, those are the basic concepts that we have to take note when using CloudWatch. And ayan, nag-deploy tayo ng EC2 instance. Move on na tayo. Check na natin kung paano siya lalabas sa CloudWatch and paano natin siya mamomonitor. So, as I have mentioned, CloudWatch is region-specific pagdating sa metrics at dito na babago yan. Next, I have discussed the namespaces. So, napunta tayo sa EC2 kasi EC2 instance yung dineploy natin. And just click on per instance metrics. Dito, mahalaga na alam mo yung instance ID and instance name ng kailangan mo or gusto mong i-monitor na EC2 instance, okay? Kasi ang pwede natin gawin dyan, kasi kanina I deployed two EC2 instances. So this one has no name and this one we have CW test or CloudWatch test. Dito, sa CloudWatch, lalabas yung dalawang instances na yan. So, sino na yun? Dito yan. Same IDs for all no names, same IDs for all CW test. And, but they are different with each other. Siyempre, kailangan nila ng unique identifier for the respective instances. So, dito tayo mag-focus sa CW test. Ito yung gusto kong i-focus. What do I need to do? Under sa instance ID niya, just click on the plus button. Ibig sabihin, i-add mo siya sa search. Kung ayaw mo siyang isama, just click on the minus sign. So, lalabas yung parang negative niya, opposite niya. Gets? So, ayan. Gusto natin mag-focus sa CW test. Just click the plus button to add to search. Next, we need to uh, kailangan natin makita yung data natin or metrics natin dito sa graph. Siyempre, kailangan natin na i-monitor eh. So, para gawin yun, just tick a checkbox dito sa left side. And kung gusto natin makita, for example, yung CPU utilization ng instance na yun, ito lang, just tick the checkbox. And lalabas na yung data na kailangan mo. Ayan. And once na lumabas yan, pwede nating baguhin yan eh. Ay actually, pag bagong gawa ng instance, wala kang makikita dyan at kailangan mo i-adjust yung date and time range niya. Okay? Ayan o. Pwede kang pumili 1 hour, 3 hours, 12 hours, and dito sa custom, we can actually choose kung absolute or relative yung gagamitin nyo. So, yan. Mas maraming options dyan. But, hindi ko na kailangan kasi kanina ko pa siya dineploy yung EC2 instance. But for you, you just have to wait a while before these data appears. Okay? These data appear into your graphs. So, I'm gonna just clear this up. Ayan. That's the data that I got from the CPU utilization of the EC2 instance named CW test. Yan. Nakalabas siya. And what can I do with this one? Actually, you can zoom in and zoom out of this graph. Kung gusto mong i-monitor siya ng mas close or within a specific range. Just hover within the graph until lumabas itong plus cursor. Kung nakikita niyo yan. And just click and hold and drag. Ayan, naz-zoom in na siya. Okay. To reset the zoom, just click this one. Nag-reset na yung zoom niya, di ba? Next, what if you wanna view different metrics at once, di ba? Kumbaga, isang graph, iba't ibang metrics yung makikita mo. To do that, just take multiple boxes. Yun lang. Multiple metrics na yan. So, kung gusto natin tignan yung CPU utilization ni no name EC2 instance and the CW test, just take those two. At color-coded naman siya, may legend siya. Makikita mo kung sino si CW test, which is yung blue one, and yung no name, which is the orange one. This can actually, you can actually view multiple metrics from different AWS services. So, all you have to do is just go back dito sa all, and kunyari, nag-deploy ka ng RDS instance, and you wanna view the CPU utilization ng specific RDS instance na yun, just tick a box. Ayan. Lalabas din yun. Kahit magkaibang AWS service sila. Kahit magkakaibang metrics sila, pwede silang lumabas sabay-sabay sa graph mo. Okay, that's just a good concept to know when using CloudWatch. So yan, antik ko muna to. And balik tayo sa EC2. Ano pa? Ano pang pwedeng ilagay dito? Okay, nakatik to. Tick ulit natin si CPU utilization. Graph metrics, ayan, para mag-appear siya. Ano pang pwedeng gawin dito? So now we're looking at a line graph, pero pwede nating ibahin yung chart type niya. Okay? So pwede mo siya makita as a data table. Ayan, mas specific, but no visual aids whatsoever. We also have a stacked area, and we can use the number lang. This is very basic. The gauge, you can also use the bar, and the pie graph or pie chart. What more? So now, kanina in-explain ko yung concept ng basic monitoring and detailed monitoring. So dito, sa graph na to, makikita natin kung ano ba talaga ginagawa ni basic monitoring. So let's zoom in for a bit. So for the first data point, we have the time 16:25 UTC. Pero pagdating natin dito, 6:25 to. 6:25, yeah. Pagdating dito, 16:30 na. Yung next na pag-publish ng metrics natin. But still, you can view it, ha. You can view the different timestamps, but ang pinapublish na data or metrics is within that 5-minute interval. So, within 16:25, 16:30, 35, 40, so on and so forth. Okay. So, basically, ganun lang yung basic monitoring with its 5-minute intervals. But with detailed monitorings, mas magkakaroon tayo ng better monitoring or more information sa pag-monitor natin kung meron tayo 1-minute intervals. So, depende rin sa gusto mo at sa capabilities mo. Okay? At sa pipiliin mong option or configurations. Now, we can also choose to do different actions. Kung gusto mo siyang i-save or i-download as a CSV file, dito lang yan under the actions, parang drop-down bar, drop-down menu. Pwede mo siyang i-add to dashboard, merge graph, and ayan, makikita niyo naman yung options dito. Now, there is another way to see these graphs without going to CloudWatch itself sa console. So what you have to do is go to your instance. Kunyari, yung instance na ginawa natin kanina. This is our EC2 instance. Just click on the instance ID. And then under this, we have the monitoring tab. Just click that. And dito, makikita mo na yung iba't ibang metrics natin, di ba? CPU utilization, network in, network out, network packets in, packets out. Actually, lahat to, makikita mo rin siya sa CloudWatch. Pero kung ayaw mo nang mag-navigate dun sa CloudWatch, available naman siya agad-agad dito under sa EC2 natin. EC2 instance natin. Pero syempre, mas detailed pa rin kung dito tayo sa CloudWatch titingin, okay? At dito sa CloudWatch, pwede tayong mag-set ng alarms, di ba? Kung sakaling gusto talaga natin i-monitor siya closely. So, ayan. And since we have basic monitoring, kung gusto mo siyang gawing detailed monitoring, punta ka lang sa instance and just click this button, manage detailed monitoring. Once you click that, and yan, pwede mo siyang i-tick. Pero syempre, mag-i-incur siya ng additional charges, so wag na. Pero kung sakaling gusto mo na detailed monitoring, dito lang yun. Okay? Just enable then confirm. But for now, no, no. Just basic monitoring. And basically, that's all of it for for our AWS CloudWatch. I mean, Amazon CloudWatch. They're just the same. Now, let's move on to CloudTrail. Anong ginagawa ni CloudTrail? So, yan. Ito yung S3 bucket natin. Ito yung automatic na ginawa niya based dun sa option na pinili natin kanina. Okay? Nag-create siya ng bago S3 bucket. Ano meron dito sa S3 bucket na to? Ito yung pinaglalagyan ng logs ni CrowdTrail na ginawa natin. So, ito yung region natin. Ito yung year, yung month, yung date. And these are the logs that is, these are the logs na create niya. Na, na-create niya based dun sa trail na ginawa natin. Okay? So, ano yan? Nagko-correspond, basta storage lang siya, literal, ng mga logs natin under sa trail, okay? Para makita natin kung ano yung purpose niya. Punta lang tayo dito sa event history. So, dito sa event history, makikita natin lahat ng activity na ginawa natin. Okay? Ayan. Dito. Kanina, nag-create tayo ng trail. So, sabi dito, ginawa din natin yan at this specific date and time. And ito, ano yung ginawa natin? Okay, ito yung source, event source. And pwede natin makita yung full event history niya. So ito, you just have to wait for a few minutes before siya mag-appear talaga. Okay. Naka-UTC siya na ano, wait lang. But basically, that's all of it. Yan yung pinaka-purpose ni CloudTrail. Makikita mo yung actions na ginawa ni isang user sa AWS environment mo. So, dito, describe tayo ng alarms, uh, ayan, describe volumes, describe network. Basically, ito lang yung mga ginawa natin sa CloudWatch and sa EC2 instance natin. At makikita natin na dito sa event source kung saan natin siya ginawa. Username, as I have discussed earlier, di ba? Ang ginagawa ni CloudTrail is track the actions taken by a user, a role, or an AWS service, which may then be recorded as events. So, ayan. Ito na yun, di ba? Makikita natin yung who performed, ito yon username. What actions, ito, event name, di ba? And when on your resources. Basically, that's CloudTrail. Kasi nga, as you use the AWS environment, as you use the services within it, nagkikreate ka ng trail. Kumbaga, may history. So, yung history na yun, yung event history na yun, dito mo siya makikita sa CloudTrail. And that's it. That's basically AWS CloudTrail and CloudWatch. And I hope you learned a lot in this demonstration. By the way, just take a screenshot dito sa CloudTrail natin, kahit dashboard or full event history. Just take a screenshot and make sure na nakikita yung username niyo. Okay? So, the three screenshots that I need are from this. Gusto ko makita yung graph ng CPU utilization ng isang EC2 instance mo. Kahit isang EC2 instance lang. And then, I want to see a screenshot of the metrics under the instance that you made, showing your name too. And then, I want to see a screenshot of the event history under your CloudTrail. And yes, that's all. I hope you learned a lot with my video lecture entitled CloudWatch and CloudTrail 101, Logging on Monitoring with AWS. Once again, this is Crystal Catherine Iparungaw, and thank you for watching.